welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today I'm going to be filming a video about some books that I feel like are really good for the fall time, spooky season if you will. They're dark, they're atmospheric. I just really feel like you would like them if you like to read seasonally like I do. So the first book I want to talk to you about is actually a classic, and it's one of my favorite classics. It is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and this book is so good. It follows our main character, and she gets married and she moves into his grand estate. It's called the Manderley, and basically she finds that she's like feeling a little bit haunted by her new husband's ex-wife. So she kind of like feels like she feels her presence all the time. It like slowly starts to like make her go a little bit off the road. And it's just so good. If you're a beginner to classics, I really feel like this is a classic that most people would like, especially if you're looking for something fall related. It's just so good. I highly recommend Rebecca. The next group of books I want to talk about are all like thriller, horror vibes. So the first one that I want to talk about is The September House, and this book is so good, so atmospheric. It follows our main character, and she moves into this house, and she is like absolutely determined to stay, even though the walls bleed every September and like spooky things happen every single September that she's in this house. But the rest of the time it's pretty much like a normal house, and then come September, spooky things start to happen. It's just so good. I highly recommend this one as well. So the next book I want to talk about is by Riley Sager, and I actually included two Riley Sagers in this video. Well, first of all, I recommend all of his books. I absolutely love them, but one of them that I feel like is super atmospheric is Home Before Dark, and this one follows our main character, and she moves back into basically her father's home, and she's trying to determine if the things that her father wrote about, because her father was like a famous author, if those things are actually true or not. And it's very spooky. It's got the haunted house vibes. It's just so incredible. I really enjoyed this one, along with obviously all of Riley Sager's books, which leads me into the next book I want to talk about. That book is The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and this book is so good. It's another like eerie setting. So this one takes place on like this cliffside mansion that's basically like really dilapidated, and it follows the surviving member of like a rich and famous family, and they were basically the center of like this big massacre that happened. And so they think that she is responsible for it, but as you read, more things become uncovered. You're unsure of what the truth actually is. You don't know until you keep reading until you get to the end. It's just so good. The atmosphere in this one is spot on. It's incredible. The next book that I want to talk about is The Broken Girls by Simone St. James, and I really like Simone St. James's books. This one follows two timelines. So we have one that is in the 1950s and one that's like more present day, and it follows a boarding school. And so you see the boarding school that's now abandoned in present day. So you're trying to figure out like all of the mysterious things that happened at this boarding school, trying to figure out fact from fiction. It's just so good. I really enjoyed this one as well. The next three books are also all by the same author, and that is Grady Hendrix. So the first one that I want to talk about is My Best Friend's Exorcism, and this one is atmospheric in like a unique way because this one takes place in the 80s. So the 80s atmosphere is so good. I do actually think this one might take place during the summer. I think it does, but it still gives like atmospheric, moody vibes. It follows two friends, and one of them becomes possessed, and so the other friend basically has to like figure out a way to save her, but she's just like a normal girl, so she has to figure out a way to unpossess her, do an exorcism for her friend. It's really fun, really punchy. It's just really good. I really enjoyed this one. The next book that I want to talk about is another Grady Hendrix, and that is How to Sell a Haunted House. And this one is another like haunted house story. So this one, obviously, based on the title. It's about these siblings who are trying to sell their family home, but it's got like all these creepy dolls and like weird things going on in the house. So they're trying to figure out a way to sell it. It's really, really good. Grady Hendrix does a really good job of mixing the atmosphere with like a little bit of fun. I really just enjoy his books, and especially during the fall time because they are horror. And the final Grady Hendrix book that I want to talk about is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. This is my favorite Grady Hendrix book. This one follows a bunch of teenage mothers who are sent to this home, and when they are there, this like weird lady basically gives them this book about how to be a groovy witch. And so they basically begin practicing witchcraft in this home for unwed pregnant teenagers. It's just so good. Again, Grady Hendrix has, I almost said Brady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix has this way of writing really like fun and energetic books, but they're still like insanely creepy. So good. Perfect for the season, especially like if you're looking for something that's like fall into summer into fall type of vibes, like the transitional period. Grady Hendrix books are where it's at for that. Up next, I want to talk about some fantasy books, and this will be the last section of the video. The first fantasy book that I want to talk about is Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. First of all, Seanan McGuire is one of my favorite authors of all time. She wrote my favorite series, the Wayward Children series. I absolutely love that series. This one, however, follows these two twins, Roger and Dodger, who were basically like created by like an alchemist. So they're like created out of this experiment, and they basically embody, like, one of them is like literature and one of them is math, and so they basically embody that, and then they find out that basically the fate of the world is in their hands. It's eerie, it's creepy, it's so good. It's such a good fantasy book. I love this series. I love Seanan McGuire. You gotta pick it up. The next book that I want to talk about is, I feel like it's super underrated. I never hear people talk about this. It's A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. And I absolutely loved this book when I read it. It basically follows these girls at a boarding school, and it has like a history of witchcraft at this school. So you see these girls like dabbling with witchcraft. It's so incredible. The atmosphere is incredible. This is a dark academia book that is just unique. I feel like I've never read a dark academia quite like this one, so I would definitely recommend it. Next couple of books are more like atmospheric, not as creepy, spooky, but more just like the atmosphere of fall. I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of what I was thinking. So the next book I want to talk about is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This is another one of my favorite books. It follows this island where these girls are going missing, and there's magic that can help bring them back. We have a lot of music in this book. There's a beautiful love story. The atmosphere of this like remote island is just so amazing. It feels perfect for fall. The next book that definitely has like the spooky, eerie atmosphere that goes well with fall is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. And this one basically follows our main character, and he is in this unique place where there's a bunch of labyrinths, a bunch of halls that he wanders and he takes notes until suddenly he realizes that things are a little bit different than he initially thought, and he starts to uncover all these secrets. It's best to go into this book almost completely blind, so I don't want to give you too much. It's a really good book, and I feel like the atmosphere is perfect for fall. And the final book is sort of like a lighter, cozier fantasy, and that is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. And this follows our main character who inherits this house, and she discovers that there are like witches there that she has to like form like a community with. It's just so good. I really enjoyed this one, and I actually can't wait to read the second book in the series that's on my fall TBR for this season. I'm super excited. This book is super cozy. It's so super amazing. If you liked A House in the Cerulean Sea, you will probably like this book. It gives similar vibes. Anyway, with that being said, those are all of the books that I wanted to talk to you about in today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you for another one soon. Hope you found something good to read. Bye!